Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet and of YouTube, and welcome back to Ringlight Fables. I am your host and dungeon master, Skijaramaz, otherwise known as Tone Shift, and with me today we have almost everyone. We are down a player this week, unfortunately. He is moving house, but we have everyone else, starting with SepiaWolfe playing Tuki Fletcher, our Crovan thief.
Hello.
We have Mick playing Boron, our half-dwarven battlemaster.
Hello there.
We have Willyzin playing Ludviek, our Rythari paladin of Suna.
Greetings and salutations.
And we have Goldwyn playing Minnove, our kobold bard and sorceress.
Mamma mia.
We were talking about pasta before the session began, among other things. And normally we would have Impulsive playing Kari, our Crovan bard, but again, he is moving house today, so he will not be joining us for the session, unfortunately. F's in the chat.
Hopefully he brings back the forklift, for moving his house.
Forklift simulator. Okay. Don't want to get copyright struck by the Game Grumps. If you've never heard that song, look it up right fucking now. Come back here in a minute. It's fucking cinema. Anyways. So, where last we left off, our intrepid band of adventurers had finally made it out of the Red Iron Valley, a location that had been host to a slave operation run by the Jade Halberds, where numerous kobolds, including Minnove's mother, Najira, had been held. Freeing them and resulting in a surprising reunion between Minnove and not just her mother, but also her long-distant father, the party managed to slip away from the Red Iron Valley, get past a troublesome military checkpoint, and begin the long journey north to reunite these liberated kobolds with more members of their same horde who had managed to escape from their imprisonment previously. That being Torik's group, a yellow scale with not great opinions of mankind, but who is very much devoted to the protection of his people. On the way back to the shores of Lake Bafloril, where Torik and the rest of the escapees had made camp, the party passed through the city of Anterine, effectively Minnove's home city, such as where she was born and raised, briefly to swing by and, for one thing, check and see if they'd gotten a reply back to a letter they'd sent some weeks ago, but also so that Najira and Kathan as well could meet with the individual known as Uncle Bob, basically the man who raised Minnove after her mother was abducted. The meeting was as awkward as is to be expected from such circumstances as these, but the things did start to take a less awkward turn and a far more hilarious and adorable one when Minnove began to gently prod at her family in the most adorably obvious way possible for advice on how to confess romantic affections for a member of her group, receiving various bits of advice and being clowned on relentlessly by Kari for it. But regardless, with what advice given that could be at that point in time, a handful of basic arrangements were made. Kari would help Minnove with the assembly of a love song, essentially, to proclaim her affections to Tuki, when the time was right. But in the meantime, there are still many liberated kobolds eager to reunite with their friends, families, and loved ones. And the road still beckons. There are only a handful of tiny matters that remain to be addressed in this city, and that remains to you all if you wish to address them. But we are going to begin the next day with the rising of the sun. The day is yours, my friends. Do with it as you see fit.
I think Minnove is going to try and get everyone back ready for the travel of the day, or at least get everyone all situated, make sure everything is all comfortable for anyone that any still ill kobolds and such.
All right. So just busying yourself with making sure everything is ready to go for the journey north. Understood.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Repacking things, putting stuff away, making sure no fire is left burning.
All right. Okay. So easy enough. You spend the next while as the sun is coming up on a somewhat cloudy day, moving through the sort of the arrangement of various tents sort of scattered around. You've got like 40 to 50 kobolds here, so you've kind of got like a couple of little circles of various tents around a handful of flames in this sort of walled-in cove of stone that sort of sheltered you from prying eyes that might have existed on the main road a little ways to your south. You pass through the various tents, just checking in on the various kobolds, and everyone's spirits do seem to be gradually lifting. Even if, like, they're still, tired and exhausted and haven't had much of a chance to rest since leaving, and there's still a long and potentially dangerous journey ahead, as you're kind of poking your head around and asking, hey, everything okay in here? Hey, do I need help pack with anything, etc., etc.? The energy does seem to be generally higher than before. And you get the impression that the more distance you put between you and Fort Rediron, the happier these kobolds are becoming. In fact, you can roll an insight check for me if you'd like.
Abso-freaking-lutely. Let's do it. Insight. Let me see.
Okay, so you're still kind of sleepy. So you didn't sleep super great on account of the fact that you're still dealing with the anxiety of, explaining that you have romantic affections for someone, so you're not all there, unfortunately, at the moment, Minnove. As for you, Tuki, with that insight check, I only asked Minnove, why are all of you getting in on this?
Ludviek out here flexing.
After Minnove said what she was going to do, I was going to say what I was going to do, and I think Tuki was doing the same.
Okay.
Ludviek is going to head in the morning after seeing Minnove do that. He's just going to head into town to check to see if they got a message again. So this is him just looking around the camp as everyone's gathering stuff up.
Okay. So, all right. So Tuki also doesn't necessarily clock this, but Ludviek, you're just hyper-vigilant today as you're looking across the group, and you kind of get the same read that Minnove had, that as you get further away from Fort Rediron, the more lively the kobolds are becoming, and you kind of get this vibe from them that their liberation, the freedom that they're suddenly experiencing, and the fact that they're out of that damn pit in the ground and out here in these foothills and these grasslands and heading further and further north, that they're out of the mountains and all of these things, it seems like to a lot of them, it hadn't fully registered yet that they were free. It hadn't felt real to them. Like they had almost been experiencing their own freedom as like a dream fugue state that they might wake up from at any moment. And like only now it's starting to sort of finally click with them that like, no, it's real. We're free. We're out of there. And that's lending to like the sort of silent but euphoric surge through their number as everyone kind of has this collective connection, I guess.
That's sweet.
Indeed.
Though I gotta say though, if Minnove and her mom start singing, "There can be miracles when you believe," I'm gonna go find Val Kilmer and get out of here.
I have no idea what the fuck that is, but all right.
Prince of Egypt, man.
Yeah, Prince of Egypt.
I haven't watched that movie since I was single digits years old, and I don't think I watched all of it. So
we need to rewatch
it. It's the big song of the whole thing.
Okay.
The Exodus. All right.
before we head out, I'm going to go back to the Corvid Runners.
Oh, so me and Tuki are going to go do that. Okay, cool.
Yes, I figured I might be the only one who could pick it up, since I was the one that mailed it, and then I also would like to mail something else.
Alright.
Yeah.
And is Boron doing anything?
Everybody's mailing stuff. No, I'm not. I'm just. I think Minnove has a good idea. Cleaning up and leaving everything spotless is probably a good thing.
Indeed. I'm just gonna have Kari say that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll tidy up the mess around here and perhaps meet you round front. Maybe near the north gate, just so we can get a move on.
Yes.
Sounds like a plan.
Well, all right then. And he kind of goes swaggering off to do that.
Minnow's in
Alright.
the back just casting prestidigitation on everything.
You just go. Minnove is going back and forth like a lawnmower. Like a fucking weed eater.
No, Minnove, you're supposed to touch the grass, not eat it.
Just that quiet nom. That's adorable. Anyway, so with all that in mind, then the group splits to attend to their various tasks. With Tuki and Ludviek heading into the city, you have the more immediate pressing matters. Everyone else is just cleaning up camp and moving to the north end of Anterine to link back up and keep going. So I'll just move that over there for the time being. So, Tuki and Ludviek, you make your way back to the main road and follow it heading eastward toward Anterine. It doesn't take you terribly long. City, of course, folds into view as the terrain falls away from you as you approach the river upon which it sits on the banks. There's a lot of foot traffic today, people passing this way and that. You pass by no small number of various different caravans or traveling groups as you're going. Most of them seem to be in a bit of a hurry, don't really pay your group much attention. It's a little confining, but nothing you can't handle. Eventually, as you're approaching the city gates, you do see, of course, a handful of guards stationed out front, surveying the crowds that are passing through. Let's see here. I need to do something. Okay. Their eyes do kind of settle on you two as you're kind of passing through, but ultimately they don't seem to determine that there's any reason for them to stop you or ask you any questions. Lion Man or not, Ludviek is proudly bearing, like, Sunan iconography, so if nothing else, buys a bit of leeway. And you're into the city streets without issue. Your objective is the Corvid Runners, yes?
Yes.
All right. Following the streets, it doesn't take you too terribly long to locate the structure again. You were only here last night, Tuki. And there is, of course, much more activity this time, as it is, like, not even lunchtime yet, but the place is open, and there are people coming and going with parcels to be delivered or received, and you can occasionally see an individual jogging out and making their way seemingly to the stables to begin a delivery run. Place has a fair bit of business. Let's see here. I don't recall the name of the guy inside. Un momento. While I see if I can remind myself. I cannot. I didn't write it down.
Just saying somebody else. You know, there's more than one person who works here.
Fair enough. All right, so stepping your way inside into this sort of large lit hall that you were in before, shafts of sunlight coming in through the tall windows in the front sort of illuminate this long hallway going back, front desk in the middle. You see a human woman seated there this time, just kind of going over a handful of papers, talking to a bit of a portly dwarf man in front of her as you're sort of walking up. All right, and we'll get that delivered in a handful of days. Thank you for choosing us. There's customers behind you if you could be on your way. Oh, yes, of course, sorry. The man shifts aside, lets you two step forward. Hello, welcome to the Corvid Runners. What can I do for you two?
I was curious if there was anything brought here as a return message for Tuki Fletcher.
For Tuki Fletcher, let me see here. She reaches down, pulls out a big old book, thumps it down on the table, scrolls it open. Right, whenabouts was this? How long ago would this reply have come, do you think?
I don't know when the reply would have come, but my letter was sent to Asmara approximately, and gives the exact time. Approximate, because she didn't do hours and minutes.
Yeah, okay, so... Right,
Almost
well, going off of all of that, I'm not seeing any returns at present. If a return is inbound, there's a decent chance it simply hasn't shown up yet.
I do tend to move faster than I think I do.
If there's anywhere in the city that you're staying, I can direct any return messages to be redirected there, so that they're not just collecting dust in our bins.
Unfortunately, we are going to be moving out.
I see. All right, well.
Yeah, if you might have Robert, the owner of the Blue Butterfly, pick it up or be the forwarding address.
All right. Associate of the manor. She starts jotting something down in her ledger. These chewing noises are extremely helpful. Guys?
I moved my mic away, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I didn't know it was that loud.
I just didn't hear anyone say anything, so I was worried my mic had cut out.
And the only other thing would be, how much would it cost to mail this to Leaslan in Parvara?
Leaslan! You do realize how far that is, right?
I am painfully aware.
Huh. What is it you want to send?
Just this letter.
Goodness. Well... kind of rubs the back of her head a bit. That's further than basically any other route normally goes.
I figured it was a long shot, but...
I mean, it's not against our policy or anything, it's just most people don't want to send letters an entire country and landmass away. Most people, if they're sending letters, they're like within the nation, so it's just unusual is all.
Thought it might seem a little less unusual with Kraven working here.
Maybe. I guess so. I'm not the guy who founded the place, so I don't necessarily know as much as maybe should be expected of me. Let me see here. And she reaches down into her desk, pulls out a couple of maps, unfurls them, grabs some navigation tools and starts doing numbers. Okay, let's see here. That's I'm sorry, this is a lot of numbers. Give me a moment. Right. Okay, so if my numbers are right, and they might not be, that's going to come out to about 25 gold for a letter to go that far.
Oh.
I'm going to guess you don't have that much.
No, I don't. Thank you for your time.
Ludviek, don't forget, you're right there.
Yeah, I was just about to speak up. Don't forget, Tuki, we are getting paid for working. For he does not cough.
Hairball.
I was honestly expecting it to cost at least 10 times this.
I mean, it's 2 copper pieces per mile.
Mm-hmm. To which Ludviek says, we could definitely. I would definitely be willing to help you with this. Though we might have to wait until no payday from Godfried, but it would work.
I mean, if that's what we're waiting for, I could cover it myself. I don't have enough right now.
No. Friends help friends, especially with something like this. Do not worry. We will get your letter sent.
Is there anything I could, besides the, is there anything I could barter? Besides just the money?
I'm afraid that's not what kind of business this is. We mostly just do in deliveries and retrievals. That's about it. It's the only type of goods we really work in.
I understand. Well, I'm good to go.
Well, now we have a goal to get to. What does that for?
We do have other offices in the other major cities in Valrive, so if you're heading somewhere else, might be you can find some help there.
We do find ourselves on the road very often.
Oh, thank you again. And Tuki's just gonna turn to leave.
And Tuki leaves. Ludviek holds back and says, incidentally, does your business frequently hire freelancers?
Not terribly frequently, but if we're short on hands and there's someone we know who is an able traveler and they want some extra work, then we might call on them from time to time, but usually we have dedicated employees who do this full-time as a living. Why do you ask?
As I said, we are frequently on the road, going from town to town, city to city, and we frequently do pass by major towns such as this. I was just thinking if freelance work was an option, could be like, well, we're already going that way, we could do a delivery or two. Something to help get some finances for, my friend's letter. But, as you said, you already have a workforce. But it was a long shot, just idea I had.
Pretty much the only reason that the price is as steep as it is just because of the sheer mileage involved.
It is, as you said, a country away.
It's not just a country away, it's out on the water, too. Laeslan's an island city.
Which means you'd also have to wait for a boat or a ferry.
Well, considering the amount of economic traffic that flows around on Parvara, a ferry wouldn't be an issue. It's convincing a captain to let our messenger hang around that would be part of the problem.
And thus, the reason it costs so much is just in the transportation of it alone.
If it weren't for that, chances are it would only run like 20 gold, but, well, as infrequently as naval passage comes up, we do have numbers for this. My boss is very attentive to details like that, as it so happens.
And in this kind of business, I would assume it would be. So many things to keep track of. But thank you for your time, madam.
Of course.
I better catch up. Have a good day. And he leaves. Darn. Just crossing my fingers a little with that one.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if you were planning on, like, trying to knock down the price by taking a letter from Anterine to Ismara, that would only, like, knock the price down by a couple of silver pieces.
But I was thinking also, like when the characters have downtime, it might be something to do. Like from Asmara to Riversmead, or I don't know, Shelnathan, just up and down the road, back and forth. It would be,
Maybe.
an idea.
Maybe. Either way. So, with that squared away, is there anything else you two wish to do in the city, or are you just making your way northward?
Was there? Let me check my notes quickly in case I'm forgetting anything.
I'd just like to remind you, Ludviek, I don't think we're getting paid for this.
Oh yeah, for that, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
for
is
the
a
kobolds,
personal
of course.
venture.
Yes, for the kobolds. But Godfrey himself said he'd have more work for us in the future, and that's a good thing.
Well, yes, but it's just more time.
True.
Wait for the job, finish the job, and Asmara's even farther.
Well, maybe there are ways we could earn some gold in between the job. Or heck, even on it.
I mean, we could sell some of the gear that we don't need.
True. Very true.
You have, like, 3 unused suits of, like, half plate or full plate, don't you? Because Boron kept snatching it.
Yep.
Full plate, and I'm gonna need a place to remodel this, and this will keep me busy for the next time.
Like the
Whatever.
next season.
Possibly.
Yeah. It's like 90 days or something to work on that.
Not
Get you some
unlikely.
better tools.
But I mean, it's all right. I don't think anybody's really expecting anything from me anyway. So that's a little more time, right?
And because they are not expecting it, that would be all the more reason. It'd be a pleasant surprise for them.
I'm not disagreeing. It's just not happening today.
No, not happening today. But I promise you, Tuki. And he looks her in the eyes directly. I will help you with this. It's important to you, and so it's important to me.
Thank you.
He just smiles back. Of course. No. Let us catch up with the kobolds. There's still quite a ways to go. And heaven knows, Butterscotch is probably getting antsy.
Alright. So, with all that said, you carve your way through the city streets, making your way for the northern gates. 1 second, I'm going to take a bite out of an apple because I am hungry.
Every doctor within a mile gets a little bit further from you.
I'll have to go see one the day after tomorrow. Wait, no, 3 days. It's on the 6th.
Okay, that should be through your system by then.
Yeah, my doctor's happy I ate so many apples. She wishes I would eat more oatmeal. Good way to decrease my fucking cholesterol. Anyway. So, it doesn't take you terribly long to make your way to the northern gates, and pass on through. Scant handful of minutes walking north from there. Eventually, you will see, I don't know, who would like to park there behind by the road to sort of flag down the party?
Minnove's got a big fucking sign in the sense of, like, minor illusion. Being like, we're over here. Like,
Okay.
kind of like, you know how, like, when you're welcoming people off of the,
At the airport?
At the airport? It's like an extravagant sign in, like, minor illusion, as big as minor illusion can allow her to...
I'm gonna level with you. I've never seen that happen in real life. Every time I've been to an airport, people just found me manually because I found a spot and parked my ass.
Man, you live a boring life.
Our cars don't have room for signs, okay? Besides, the airport is full of signs. It's like, my baggage
so
claim
you
10.
And so you gotta put a bigger, more neon light sign.
Now we're graduating to neon lights? Okay. I'm sure TSA will be thrilled with that.
TSA isn't the one having to deal with it. You're before TSA.
Still in the airport. Anyway, so
now I'm
Minnove
just
is
imagining
parked by the
Minnove
side
is
of the road, magicking up a sign for like a few seconds at a time that just says, "We're over here." It's just big, bright, magical light, like arrows pointing at her. She's just striking poses by the roadside.
Exactly.
Roll a performance check for me.
Oh, 100%.
Oh no.
Once my thing loads, hold on. What are you saying? Oh no, this is like the one thing I'm really good at.
21.
Oh,
Yo, Sepia,
just
why are
saying,
you booting up Final Fantasy Tactics?
Huh?
My Steam just told me that you're booting up Final Fantasy Tactics.
what?
I don't know. I was trying to close Steam.
Huh, weird. Either way. So, performance of 21. This is a fairly major road, so there's a fair few people passing through. So just seeing this little red kobold in flamboyant clothing, creating sparkly lights, and basically dancing by the side of the road, yeah, you get 21 copper.
Hell yeah!
you just get some people chucking coppers. You're always like, oh, that's cute. Ding! As you're
We
getting
love
your
a showman.
21st copper, that you see Tuki and Ludviek coming up the road toward you.
Oh, over here!
I'm just imagining this ostentatious complete of like point kobold right here, and it's just she's got this backing music of "Dun, this is a kobold," just right there.
Just fucking striking Power Rangers poses.
Yeah. Thankfully, with no
Maneuver.
explosions behind her.
Scamper up and be like, so, did you guys get, anything that, did you all get, the things, the letters? How'd it go?
No returns, and home is very far away, so I could not mail.
Oh, I'm sorry. How much was it to mail it?
Minimum of 25.
Woo! That is steep. But,
That's like 1,500 miles.
yeah, no, not a cheap adventure. Well, maybe we could do sign twirling to save up for it. People just walk by and give you copper if you're twirling a sign around. So, that might be a good career for future.
Studied out here for like an
if
hour.
you need
and-
the money, I would be honored to lend it to you.
You don't have to do that. I mean,
I know I don't have to, but I can, and I will. Sheesh. I
For
grab
God's
my
sake, woman,
money
take the
first,
gift.
and I count out 25 gold.
I was only 7 short, or 8 short. That's me being bad at math, not her.
Yeah, 25 is easier to deal with. Just give it back to me whenever you can.
Okay. I'll be right back. And unless somebody stops her, she is sprinting back.
No, I don't think anyone stops her. Minnove turns to Boron, but oh, you're so sweet.
Why? I'm not sweet. Jeez.
Oh, you do,
Just-
sweetie
I'm just
pie.
helping someone.
You do, sweetie pie.
So,
Whatever.
so as Minnove starts roasting the absolute shit out of Boron for being a good person, Tuki, you go full tilt sprinting back. Okay, so thankfully you're not terribly far out of the city, but also it is a city, so if you're going at a full fucking sprint, you're going to be very winded by the time you get back to the Corvid Runners. Like you're all clammy with sweat, you like your feathers are out of place, your lungs are heaving. But you show up at the doors, sort of just staggering, I guess.
Yeah,
So she comes staggering in, and the woman behind the counter looks up, sees her to bedraggled, says like, "Oh my God, are you all right?" Like stands up in a bit of a hurry.
I have the money.
Huh? Okay, are you okay? Did you hurt yourself getting it?
No?
Did you steal it somewhere?
Someone just kind of looks you up and down for a second as you're just standing there, like basically just dripping onto the floor and heaving for air. Like, all right, one moment. And she kind of turns and jogs off for a second, and then she comes back with a fairly tall mug full of water and just hands it to you. Here, have a drink. You look like you are about to fall over.
Nope. Pretty common state of being for me. But she'll
All the
take
more
the water
reason
and
to
drink it.
hydrate. Girl, this is an operation where people run for a living. They need to stay hydrated. We know how this shit looks. Drink. There you go. Right.
Sorry, it just it's still very surreal to realize that I have such good friends. So, this Tleaslan, technically the address is it'd be an abandoned warehouse.
All right. She accepts the letter and the coin. Right. Well, I'm not imagining that this is going to arrive anytime soon. Salon's not exactly close. Like, our runner is going to be out there for like almost a third of the season. So.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
It means a lot to me, though.
Do you still want the Blue Butterfly to be the reply address, or is there somewhere else that you'd be more likely to be found? You did mention earlier you're leaving for other places.
For this letter, the forwarding address would be the Halkus estate in Asmara.
Oh, goodness, all right. She jots that down. Huh. I had no idea you were linking arms with people high up on the food chain.
I don't know much about it. I've just met one of them and done the odd job, but
I understand. All right, well, I'll see this sent on its way just as soon as I have the chance.
thank you.
Thank you for doing business with us, and drink more water, girl.
Well, have a nice day.
Make your way out.
She'll run back. Maybe not as fast, but
Okay. All right. So, give me just a second here. I am going to do some calculations on my end for something irrelevant while you all can resume having conversations.
Minnove has put up another sign.
Oh no.
Okay.
She doesn't want Tuki to get lost. She wants Tuki to know where they are.
You remember the Kraven of perfect memory, right?
Oh, yeah.
Ludviek turns to Boron.
But this time, she's walking up to people, be like, "Oh my goodness, this sign is so heavy to hold. Oh, what a few copper would be so nice."
Oh my god.
So Ludviek is going to turn to Boron and say, "So, how much do you think she'll get this time?"
I think people are gonna get stick on this time.
Possible. But
I would pay. Well, I might pay. It's kind of cute though.
Please, sir, please, don't walk away from me. I'm speaking to you. God
Make
damn it.
another performance check.
I'm gonna drop 2 silvers into her head.
18. All right. So you're not getting as much traction as last time, unfortunately. But still, I'm just using the numbers you're rolling here. By the time Tuki comes rolling back, it's not as long, so I'll say about 9 more copper plus the 2 silver Boron yeets at you.
Awesome. Oh. We're getting there. Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on a moment. I'm almost done with my calculations. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, screwed. Okay. I was doing stuff on the calendar.
Right.
Because I guarantee you, I will not remember that the letter was sent unless I have it on the calendar to remind me that, oh yeah, that's in motion. Because that's going to be a thing that's in motion for a while. Anyways. So, with that squared away, eventually, Tuki, you make it back to the group.
just once she gets back, just hands on the knees, just good to go.
Uh-huh.
Sure. Do you want to like lay down in the car?
I think I might take you up on that today.
Holy shit, Tuki agreeing to hold still? Sorcery. Witchcraft. Alright. So, making your way back to where the rest of the group has kind of parked themselves off to one side of the road just to avoid clogging up traffic. You find that all the kobolds are all ready to go. Kari has the wagon all prepared. Butterscotch is hoofing the ground irritably, just like, come on, I want to move.
We are.
All right.
Since Tuki is resting this day, Minnove will be the one running around doing the messaging.
All right. So, with Tuki thoroughly flumped out in the back of the wagon, Minnove takes up messenger duty, and if there's nothing else, then Kari will get the lead wagon back into motion with the rest of the kobolds following suit. And you begin to make your way north along the road, making your way for Asmara. So, you already blew about 6 miles of travel time just getting to this spot. So you've got about 18 miles of travel left today. So that'll put you about there, I'd say. Right about there. So the crowds begin to thin as you follow the road, leaving behind the various satellite settlements that surround Anterine and the various acres and plots of farmland as well, and find yourself soon enough back out into open countryside. The occasional copse of trees marking the green hills around you, shafts of sunlight spilling from the canopies overhead, spilling through the cloud cover rather, what little of it there is, and the foot travel traffic on the road becomes not less prominent but more spread out. So eventually it's just your bizarre little caravan of kobolds following the road. As you're going and the sun starts to dip toward the horizon, let's see here. Eventually, Minnove, as you're sort of coming over to where Najira and Kathan are, Najira will briefly sort of grab your shoulder before you go. Minnove, a moment.
Yeah, sure. What's up?
When it comes to reuniting with Torek and the rest of his group, I'm given to understand that they are nowhere near the main road.
No, they are a couple miles off of a little port village, Livlil. A few other encampments around them as well, but they could have also moved very, very well. But they're on the shore of Lake Bafril. And she's gonna kind of like do like a scan, like she's gonna stand in one spot and kind of like twirl a little bit with her hands out, kind of T-posing and twirling.
Okay.
And then she's like, over there, and almost like a compass, kind of. And she's like northwest. Sorry, I get my northeast wests. Never eat sour lemon. What? No.
What? Kathan starts
Never
laughing.
Sour. Watermelon, not lemon, watermelon.
Oh yes, I forgot about the important direction of least.
Oh man, there's a fucking cursed compass I had in another campaign I need to show you guys sometime. Keep going.
I did draw those maps. Should be marked where we saw him last.
Oh, right! Oh my god, yes! Oh, yes! And she's gonna go into her dress area, and she's gonna try like taking one of them out and fumbling it as she's like grabbing the paper and like reading it. Yeah, like that way.
All right. My main question is, when then are we turning off the road to make our way there? The road might be safe in the sense that we won't be accosted by beasts or wild animals, but it only takes one trigger-happy moron to think that we're a threat for things to go sideways.
Yeah, especially with how traveled this road is. Let me
Ever covered enough to do a perimeter again?
Yeah, if you could, because from what I'm seeing here, either in the next couple of miles, turn left, or just start going the diagonal west scale.
North by northwest?
What?
That's like halfway between northwest and north.
Oh! See, I'm northwest, east, south, and lemons apparently. I don't know any of the other terminology, but yes, if you could, that would be much appreciated.
Yeah.
And I will ask Ludviek and Boron whether or not it's best to start. How about we bring about 50 kobolds and about how many caravans are how many carts are there again?
I think it's like it's like not counting yours. You have 5 wagons. The vast majority of the kobolds are seated in them, but a handful, most notably Kathan, Najira, and some of the other more able-bodied ones, are on foot, and that's why your movement speed is 24 miles per day instead of 30.
I just wanted to and see how we can clear away, because there's though the dirt roads would be optional. I don't think they'd be wide enough. We might have to clear away.
Even then, they only go up to Livlior, and the road, as it were, that we took was down the river in a boat. I don't think we can get that many boats.
Here's a thought. We're not going to need the horses and the wagons. We could trade them for passage. Not butterscotch,
trade
of course.
one, but not like 5.
And keep in mind, it was very, very for the 5 of us. They just have fishing boats. I don't think
You made the journey to out of Livulor on more of like a large barge.
Oh yeah.
Like, it was still a fishing boat, but it had a very big top deck, because my brain was in the headspace of Final Fantasy XI at the time, and boats in that game have very big decks.
I mean, we could also take the river east and try traveling around on that. Be against stream, but
we don't have any way of going on water at the moment.
Well, you could do what Tuki said and trade it in for a boat.
Yeah, like they would just give us a ride, and they would be able to. It would be worth their money, and we can't really do much with all these horses and carts ourselves.
We can eat them! One kobold pipes up from nearby. Najira gives him a look. Excuse me, we didn't invite you into this conversation, Rajan.
Excuse me, were you spoken to? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, like Rajan kind of just wilts a bit. I was just trying to be helpful. I appreciated Rajan, but now's not the time. Go see to your brother, right? All right. And he turns and scampers off. Knowing as it is, he's not wrong. Horses are meat. We need meat.
We could still probably buy more meat than the horses would provide with the horses and cart.
That's if the Livior needs the horses. You mind, it is a fishing village.
Also, lumber, right?
I don't think.
Yeah,
lumber too?
Yeah, primarily fishing lumber.
Oh, but yes. Then they will need the beast of burden. Yes. Well, I would say I'd put my lot on selling the horses and trying to find passage down, at least to where the old encampment was. They most likely will not be there anymore, but if anything, if they did move, I'm pretty sure they would at least have left someone behind or some sort of clue of where they were going.
We also cut through the forest and didn't use the barge on our trip back south.
True, and you remember that way, so we could try going back that way. I believe it was just a bit south of Livlior, so we could try just cutting over immediately. Only downside will be, well, no real downside. I mean, you will have the horses and the carts there that you could still use to move everybody, because I don't quite know what your plan is after this.
Well, we could, either way, should we diverge off path now, or do we want to go closer to Livlior and diverge off path there?
I would say another day's travel on the road would be best. It's going to be slow going through there, and if we want to get closer, I believe it was about I assume we've had a map out this whole time.
I would assume so, yeah.
Yeah.
Minnove had the map that Tuki made.
Yes, I'm trying to remember, but I think it was right about here was when we cut over. When we got back on the main road. I think. I unfortunately do not have memory like you. And he points to Kari and Tuki.
Kari kind of calls back from the front of the wagon. Just one thing I want to remind you all of. If we're going to cut through the wilderness, that's going to run a very high probability of slowing us down.
But with me at the front there, I could find us a way through.
Well, perhaps, but still. You might be very good in the wilds, but not all the kobolds will be. Just something to keep in mind.
What were you about to say there, Tuki?
Nothing important.
Okay. So to see if I'm understanding the plan correctly out of character, your plan is to travel forward about another day and then kind of start veering off the road while still heading for Livulor in order to seek passage on a boat from there?
I thought we were
sounds good.
I thought we were gonna get like around here and then just cut right on through.
Yeah, I think we're kind of debating on whether or not we want to do go to Livlior, buy passage by selling the carts and the horses, or just cut right over as is. Because if we do the Livlior thing, it's going to probably take us another. By the time we get there, it'll already be half day on the second day. So we would have to wait a day before we could head out. You know, because
Yeah.
the boats would have to come back.
It's kind of one of those where it's not that much farther. Like, just from the measurement, it's 25 miles straight to it, 26. If we go to Livulor from that point on,
It's only
It's-
10 miles off, really.
yeah,
Yeah,
And
I'd
then-
say at that point with that, I'd say my vote is on. We cut over. We just we ignore the town.
Okay. Just
But
wanted to
that's
make
my
sure
vote.
that just wanted to make sure I had that clear in my head. All right.
I was gonna say that it would probably be about the same because travel would be easier. Just a few more miles versus half speed through the forest.
Yeah. Like this would be faster. The only scary part is the people that are patrolling down.
Yeah.
And then how Livy Leor will react to a shit ton of kobolds just outside.
Yeah. Like that is like the thing. You're trying to help a bunch of people, but like there's a lot of other people around who are like, what the fuck are you doing?
It's a lot to put on the shoulders of
Bunch of nobodies.
yeah.
I will vote that we cut through. We take the extra day or so to cut through. Cause like what? How many miles do we go a day?
At your current pace,
Like regularly?
if you didn't have like the massive caravan, you'd be going 30 because of your wagon and butterscotch. But because you have to move at the speed of the slowest member, right now it's 24 miles per day. And so going through wilderness, you'd be in difficult terrain, so that would slow you down to half
So 12. And then so that'll be like a 2-day thing.
Yeah.
As for regardless, we're gonna be 2 days here almost.
So the question is, do we risk the wilderness or risk the town? Okay, and that point, because I forgot about the time, and that I've changed now over to town. Now is my vote. Okay.
See, I vote still wilderness because I feel like we can predict the wilderness a lot more than we can predict the people.
It's a lot more bodies to keep track of, but yeah.
Well, it is, but that's why we had the little team leaders. So if
right.
we get separated or lost, you stick together with the smaller group for them.
And also, I will remind you that we kobolds have an obnoxiously powerful sense of smell relative to everyone else. If someone gets separated, it will be trivial to locate them.
I was going to say we should probably just go with whatever route the kobolds are most comfortable with. I don't blame them for not wanting to meet more people.
What do you say, Mom?
Personally, I would want to go the Livulor route simply because I understand how people work, humans, but the rest of the Horde, not so much. And we don't want to start Olivia Lore by rocking up with an entire horde of kobolds when, to my understanding, they'd already been somewhat anxious with rumors of increased kobold activity in their region. Suddenly rolling up on them might cause them alarm. I'd like to, be on friendly terms with them if at all possible, but that's something you send a very small team to discuss with their leadership, not your entire civilian population.
Agreed.
So for the good of my people, at least, I vote the wilderness.
All right.
We don't have to worry about angering the powers that be if we get attacked by lions. And if something does attack us, well, she kind of shows her teeth in a bit of a grin. Well, that's more food for us.
And you know what? You could always reunite, figure out what you need before, and then once you figure it out, or if it's going to take a little longer, you could send that small group.
That is my hope. If we can establish good relations with a human settlement, or the powers that be themselves, that'll decrease the chances of what happened to us all at Red Iron happening again.
All right. So wilderness it is then.
It seems so.
Aye. Well then.
All right. So, with that, as I said, this conversation was kind of happening at around sunset. So, at around this time, you start to well, actually, hold on. Who's in the front of the group besides Kari? Sort of like
Boron.
as you're in
Boron.
motion. Boron. Okay, Boron.
And kind of Tuki.
Okay.
Oh, and Tuki, because she was doing a perimeter check.
Perimeter. Okay, so Boron, you'll be the one to notice then, because you're the one in the front. So, as you're kind of bringing your caravan sort of to a stop and starting to scout out the areas around and start pulling off to one side so you can make camp for the night, you cast your eyes down the road ahead, and you spot You don't make out any details from here in the dwindling light, but you do see what appears to be a party of 5 on horseback, approaching at a decent clip, but they're not like rushing or charging or anything like that. They're just moving at a decent canter.
Okay, that looks like trouble. Gotta grab my shield and we'll go to meet them. Tell whoever is near me right now to maybe back me up.
Well, that would be Tuki, I think.
Okay.
All right. So, if Tuki has no objections.
She would just ask, do you want me to be off to the side with my bow, or do you want me to be side by side with my sword?
I really hope it won't come to any hostilities.
Alright, I'll just stand by you for numbers then.
All right. So, sort of moving ahead of the rest of the group, you see that these 5 riders are slowing down a bit as they've caught sight of your group, seeming just... You are a very large party at the moment, so they slow down considerably as they're approaching. And as they're getting closer, make a perception check for me, you two.
Perception.
Huh. Wow, pretty good from Boron. Let's see what Tuki's got.
I don't know why I didn't roll. There we go.
7. All right, Tuki, you're still extremely tired from your impromptu marathon earlier. So you don't spot it, but Boron, you catch it surprisingly quickly as this group of 5 is rocking up. You don't recognize most of them, but you do recognize the one in the middle of the group.
Okay.
You recognize the sort of familiar features, sort of messy, sort of reddish-brown hair, and just kind of lithe figure, kind of only recently started to recover from emaciation of Donald.
Oh!
Well.
No, that's unexpected.
Oh no, we gotta explain ourselves.
Well, not
That's
really.
not that hard.
So, you recognize
Then
them
I
before they recognize you?
Then I'll shout out Donald.
You call out and, go on.
Was kind of unexpected, but welcome.
All right. So you kind of call out Donald's name, and when you do, he kind of brings his horse to a stop for a second to process what he heard, and then kicks into a faster, almost gallop as he brings his horse forward. The four people with him sort of see him go rushing off and then move their horses to catch him fuck. Trying to keep pace, and eventually Donald brings his horse to a stop not far from you, and you just see a big smile lighting his face. Well, wasn't expecting to run into all of you on the road. Huh.
Same.
The others who are with him bring their horses to a stop, and you recognize them as being members of the Halkus Estate's various guards, the ones who guarded the premises. Seems he has an escort.
Oh, that's sensible, probably.
Well, you only have to get kidnapped once by a crazy baroness before you determine you don't want that to happen again, and start bringing bodyguards. At my father's demand.
We did remove the percentage chance of that ever happening by a significant number.
Yes, well, still. Psychotic baronesses with torture dungeons aren't the only things that can kidnap a person of value as it so happens, but regardless, and he dismounts from his horse and comes up to you all. It's good to see you all again. And he sort of addresses you, Tuki. Father got your letter.
Oh, good.
Judging by the fact that you're here, I'm going to assume things have happened already.
Quite so. I hope you're ready for a long story.
Well, we were going to set up camp regardless here before too terribly long. Looks like you beat us to it. Mind if we share your fires and you can tell us all about it?
We have a lot of fires going on.
Yeah, I can see that. What the hell? Are those... Oh, it kind of squints a bit through the dark as it's creeping in. It's oh, those are the kobolds.
No, those are not the kobolds. We're getting to them. Those are the refugees we liberated, but
yes, those are kobolds too.
That's true. But those are not the kobolds we were sent out to find.
It's the kobolds you were to you wanted help with at Fort Rediron, though.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, and he turns to his escorts hands off your swords, gentlemen. These are friends. And if they're traveling safely with all these kobolds, then you don't have to worry about it as long as you don't go picking fights.
Correct.
Right. Shall we?
Yes,
yeah.
We shall.
All right, so kind of escort Donald into the heart of the encampment. Kind of finds a seat next to one of the fires. A lot of the kobolds elect to keep their distance as he is brought into the camp, sort of just scurrying off to different flames, just stranger danger.
Tuki's gonna go look for Najira.
Easy enough. Najira kind of hears the commotion of her kobolds chattering as a stranger is brought into camp and steps forward to meet you pretty quickly. What has happened?
Well, I had sent a letter to ask for help. Didn't hear back, but Godfrey's son, Donald, is here because he was on his way to help. So I thought since you wanted to meet Godfrey, you could at least start with Donald.
All right. Very good. I'll go and meet him. You go gather up the rest of your friends. I imagine you will all want to catch up.
Yes. And I will go and retrieve Minnove and Ludviek and Kari.
All right. So, gathering everyone to the campfire. Donald is patiently waiting and gives you all a big smile as you approach. It's good to see you all again. Not going to lie, I've been a bit worried since that letter showed up in our door.
Sorry.
Oh. Don't leave me in suspense. What all happened?
Well, you look great.
Oh, well, thank you. A good diet and doing some exercises every day has helped tremendously.
Well, we sent the letter and made our way to the fort and just kind of did it.
But it's summing up quite a lot of things. To put it quite
like that's like the TLDR version of it there, Ludviek. What are they gonna do? Arrest?
My original. Go ahead.
Well, as Tuki originally said in her letter, we were quite uncertain what to do, but we kind of got the feeling, or some of us did, he gives a side eye to Minnove, that we were, well, time was pressing against us. So we kind of figured better to strike while iron is hot, and we made our way for the fort immediately.
I saw their living conditions. It didn't feel right waiting.
We made our way up into the valley where Fort Rediron was, and on happenstance happened to have found a trap. It seems they set out multiple different traps with tainted meat in order to capture some of the runaways. These ended up proving to be a bit of their downfall. We were able to extract some of the same lethargy, poison, whatever it was. It's basically something that would put someone to sleep quite well. We were able to get some of it from that, from their own trap, and then we did a bit of a reconnaissance on the fort. And that was Tuki there, who was actually able to get in contact with Minnove's mother. Emotions like Tuki to, like what she experienced.
They're just living at the bottom of the pit in these rundown shacks. You could see the stain from where they would throw people from the top over 150 feet.
They threw people?
They threw the kobolds off the top to make them keep working, not fight back.
God. Well, that's fucked up.
I'm already impatient. I couldn't wait after seeing that. I didn't witness it happen, but the implications were all there.
No, I hear you, and I can't blame you either.
So then, after that, we decided to... Well, we knew that a patrol had gone out, so they were down a few men. So on the following morning, Tuki snuck in and was able to lace their morning breakfast with a bit of their own sleeping draught. Unfortunately, a few things went sideways, but thankfully because of that, their numbers and their energies were diminished. It was a very close battle, but eventually we prevailed.
I think it went swimmingly well.
It was close.
All
We
right.
were able to find, well, I'm not sure if we have the paper. I'm not sure if we have the paperwork with us right now, but we do have their communications and much of their bookwork. But it is unfortunately written very well. He doesn't specifically say, slaves.
Yeah, and
Or-
also, just as a reminder, most of the records that you found in Fort Rediron, a lot of it you left in Fort Rediron, I believe, and that which you didn't was passed over to that commander at the checkpoint as like the bargain for
Well,
letting you walk. You basically gave him evidence, and he let you go.
We gave him
CP's trying to
copies, I thought.
CP is trying to say something.
Okay, go on.
I'm here.
I was just going to say that we did give it to the guards at the checkpoint, but Kari and I both read it, so we have all of it.
All right. Couple questions very quickly. First of all, did you leave any survivors? A few.
Yes.
Right. The important part is, to your knowledge, did any of those survivors know that you lot have any connection with my family?
No.
Okay. All right, good. So,
To their knowledge, I believe they just believe we're a bunch of do-gooding adventurers fighting the good fight against evil.
Well,
here's
we
to
are.
hoping that stays that way. I applaud you all, just so we're clear. Like, amazing work, well done. Father was crapping his pants when that letter showed up at his door.
We know who
Relatable.
owned it.
What was that?
We know who owned the mine now. Do you know anything about a man named Biragan? That's I don't have a first name or a last name, whichever it is.
Yeah, I know a few things about him. He's a pretentious prick of a man, absolutely. Apparently, if he was employing the Jade Halberts, this part makes sense. He's Valrivi, but like his family line starts over in Pavra, apparently, and he's very proud of that ancestry, so go figure. Explains why
that makes me feel a lot better, actually.
explains why he's such a damn big business mogul. He doesn't run any one specific single business. He's got his hands in a whole bunch of different operations throughout the wider administration surrounding Anterine. He's one of the most profitable merchants in the region. But again, pretentious prick of a man. And there's a small number of people who point out that a lot of his more private ventures can be on the ickier side. The problem, of course, is that the man's damn good at navigating the laws so that he can always find loopholes to get through with whatever the hell it is he's doing. That being said, he kind of puts on a bit of a smirk. Here's the thing. You sent us that letter, Tuki, informing us about the state of affairs in that fort. Now, regrettably, the operation itself, legal. Pisses me off too. But there is something that isn't about the whole ordeal, and that's actually why I was heading south.
Okay.
Father was a bit weary of committing too many resources to assisting you on this. He wanted to, Minnove, just so we're clear, he did want to. But he was afraid of potential ramifications, of blowback. We had a very long conversation about it. He didn't want to make a mistake that would invite consequences to me when he'd only just gotten me back. So we had a very long chat about it, and I decided to take the lead on the matter. After all, I still owe you all a debt of gratitude for saving me from Veronica.
I think that's paid many times over already.
You saved my life. Until we made it all the way back to Ismara, all I really did was sit around in the back of your wagon and complain about the fact I couldn't walk.
Well, it happens.
Maybe so, but still. Point is, I've felt indebted to you ever since. So this is my way of repaying it. Specifically, you mentioned that the entire workforce, with the exception of the Jade Halberds, is kobolds, and that entire operation was very, shall we say, on the down low. People knew he ran a mine out in the mountains, but that was about it. Private venture, right? Well, as it is, any private venture like that still has to be approved by the administration that it's operating within. In this case, Anterine. Now, whether or not the Cadam himself signed off on the operation ultimately becomes irrelevant. Someone in his jurisdiction signed off on it. But the actual workforce would not have been properly reported. So, my intention is to raise this matter in Anterine with the powers that be, leveraging, my family's good name and my association with, you lot and the good works you've done in Lambsong and so on, and basically point out that Birrigan's effectively guilty of fraud. I can't necessarily guarantee anything will come of it, but I can at the very least put ants in people's pants and hope that they'll start investigations that might lead to some consequences.
Sounds fair enough.
It's quite literally the least I could do.
All right.
I know it's probably not as much help as you all would like, but it's all I could think of. I'm not a fighter, and I'm weary of sticking my nose in too deep after Veronica, so... But...
I mean, it's something. Maybe it's enough to get his other... He said he has his hands in a lot. Maybe they look into his other stuff and they get him on something else.
Maybe. Who knows? Maybe he's been sending in his taxes incorrectly. That'd be fantastic. Regardless.
Well, when we left the fort, no one was there. The few jade halberds that we had let go had already left the day prior. It's possible some have already returned, and it's possible it still lies barren, with its logs there for anyone else to see. You might still be able to make it if you are riding swiftly. You might be able to make there in a few days' time.
Maybe. My first order of business is to go to Anterine first, though, and speak with the powers that be there. I'm not sure how deep into all of this I'm going to get. I'll pursue this thread as long as I feel I can, until I feel like I'm starting to become if I feel like I'm going to put myself in too much danger, I'm going to back out.
Good.
I know some might accuse me of cowardice for doing that, but I know my limits, and I'm not of any use to anyone dead, and you sure as fuck didn't put in all the effort of hauling my ass all the way to Ismara just for me to kill myself, so...
Well, don't worry. Even with your knights, this is one fort you probably will not have to actually siege.
Here's to hoping. Then eventually Donald's eyes sort of settle on Najira, who's been patiently sitting nearby waiting. Right, you were here almost first, but I don't think we've been introduced yet. You are Najira Ringdancer, Minnove's mother. Right. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Donald Halkus. I was hoping I would have a chance to speak to your father at some point, but I'll be happy to start with you. If there's a message you want me to pass along to my father, I'd be happy to do so for you, but I'm not in charge of the household yet, so I can't make any official decisions just yet. A message will be fine. But I would nevertheless enjoy an opportunity to speak with you at length. Even if you can't make decisions, we can still explore angles. All right. What exactly can I help you with, then? I want to make sure my hoard is protected. Regrettably, that's a bit of a tall order and a little bit outside the power of my family. We primarily associate with the solemn erudites. And you know about them, of course, to an extent. Right, well... Outside of that, we mostly just help operate a handful of other associated businesses in the city of Ismara itself, but we don't necessarily have immense sway. and we certainly don't have much say in things like politics or military. I suppose I can ask Father if there are options. What are your plans at the present exactly? For the time being, we mean to locate the rest of our horde that managed to escape the fort before our friends here rescued us. Once we've found them, well, our hope is to establish friendly relations with nearby settlements. Establish a good rapport, maybe develop trade routes, if at all possible. If we can be on good terms with the people of this nation, it'll decrease the chances of what happened at Red Iron ever happening to us again. Protection by way of all eyes on us. No one dares to act. Especially if you're contributing. Makes sense. Well, that kind of decision does fall outside of my family's jurisdiction, but I can bring it to my father, and there's a pretty solid chance that, as part of a favor he still owes Minnove, he'd be willing to vouch for you. That would be very much appreciated. All right. Whew. Donna kind of looks to the rest of you. Life of an adventurer. Never fucking a dull moment, is there? Is there anything else I should know? Anything else we should go over, or...
No, I think just resting and reuniting everybody is ideal and top priority right now.
All right. I'm not sure how long I'll be in Anterine then, but come sun up, that's where me and my group will be heading. After that, depending on how far I can reliably follow that thread, I might be heading straight back to Ismara. So if you're going off-center out into the woods, there's a decent chance I might beat you back there. We'll see.
You want to make it a race?
What I'm doing is not something that ought to be rushed. That's how you get.
I'm not
results.
saying we'll rush it. We're not gonna rush our endeavor neither. But just a little bit of sportsmanship, of bragging rights.
I appreciate the competitiveness, but I'm going to have to pass this time. If we're going to have a race, I'd rather be when things aren't at stake.
Loser. She's gonna stand up and go go off and treat the fire closer to wherever all the other kobolds are trying to. She's gonna say that and leave.
Oh man,
What
I
was
missed that
that all
kobold.
about?
I don't know. I just know I missed that kobold. Right. Well, it is good to see you all again. Right. Well, kind of pats his thighs and stands up. If there's nothing else, I think my folks and I are going to get our own little camp set up nearby. If you'd like, we can help you keep watch. Your group seems pretty large. Would you like that? We would welcome the assistance. Thank you. All right. Tuki, Boron, Ludviek, Kari. It's good seeing you all again. I'll see you in the morning before I head out.
Hi.
Yeah.
What was that?
Indeed.
It sounded like Tuki said not yet, and I was confused.
No, she just said see ya.
Ah, okay. All right. So, Don will give a little two-finger salute as he's backing away, and then turn and make his way back to the rest of his group. Well, that was productive. Indeed. Fortuitous meeting.
Better to have a friend in the night than an enemy. If anything, this means tonight we can sleep well.
Indeed. So, on that note, you all tuck yourselves in for rest in your little encampment and see yourselves squirreled away into the realm of slumber once more. As is usual, the sun comes up before too terribly long as the day begins anew. A clear sky, barely any overcast, light wind, very, very pretty day. The glow of sunlight sort of stretching out over the horizon and the landscape does wonders to waken up your collective senses as you're coming to and start breaking camp.
All right.
That's good.
I think Tuki would go up to talk to Minnove.
All right.
Morning.
Oh, morning.
How is everything?
Everything is fine. Everybody woke up, which is quite dandy and quite good. Getting ready for another full day's travel on the road and stuff.
Everything all right?
Yeah, everything's fine. Just making sure everything is all tucked and put in its place and away. You?
Yeah. Just commented that I guess some people thought something was up last night.
Up of what? What up? Up of what? Where?
Don't know, and I feel like I'm just digging myself a hole now.
Oh no. No, I wouldn't say you're digging yourself a hole. I just was sort of paying attention, sort of just exhausted from... It's a lot of running you do! Oh my goodness.
I've gotten used to it, and I forget that it's tougher on everybody else.
Well, do what we can to help each other out.
No, I got you covered today, and you can sit in the wagon.
Oh, aren't you cute? No, I'll still walk around. I'll go rest, sleep, you know. Was able to just sleep the entire nights away, hours.
All right. I guess I will take up my spot and talk to you in a bit.
Yeah, talk to you in a bit.
All right. So?
Ludviek would probably go see Boron in the morning and ask him, all right, since we're most likely going to be cutting through the forest, I was thinking maybe we should change positions. Would you prefer to keep an eye in the back and make sure we don't have any stragglers while I am at the front to make sure we, can get through the woods?
That sounds sensible.
All right. Just keep your eyes on as much as you can. And if anything does happen, I would say guard the rear as best as you can. We'll try and... I don't want to lose any of these kobolds in the forest.
I'll make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah. I can definitely trust you on this, Boron. Thank you.
All right. So, that in mind, eventually, you get your camp fully stowed away and everything packed up. Everyone has a quick little breakfast that's scarfed down. As you're doing that and sort of getting ready to depart, Donald approaches your group looking very refreshed this morning, seemingly cleaned up nice. Right, well, we're about to head out. Is there anything else we can do for you before we're on our way? I want to make sure that, I'm doing what I can.
I think we're good.
Donald.
Thank you.
Donald.
Ah.
Oh.
You got a little muck there on your shirt.
No, I don't.
He
just gives you a smirk.
She's gonna cast Prestidigitation. Yeah, right there.
What?
Right there. See it? See it right there. Little bit of muck.
So, you soil a cubic foot of his shirt?
Not a cubic foot, just like a. I mean, fuck it, yeah.
So you say you got a bit of muck on your shirt. Oh, I don't. Yes, you do. Waves hand. His shirt is suddenly just sodden with mud. He looks down, frowns, looks at you.
There. Now you look familiar.
What?
Do you want me to repay my debt to you or not? Because I can turn around and go home.
Just cast it again and get rid of it. Oh, you're no fun! Where's your bit of morning spark? You want a bit of little whimsy. Little bit of whimsy, Minnove. Little bit of whimsy, Donald.
How was that accent? You know what? Donald kind of
Little
steps
bit of
forward.
whimsy.
Donald steps forward, pats you between the horns on the head. Is like, look, I appreciate whimsy. I do. But also, a dirty shirt is incredibly uncomfortable.
Yes, I was gonna put it back.
And you did. Thank you.
Great.
I have an odd question. Sorry? No, I can make.
No. You say your thing. I'm done just bickering.
Odd question, not related to any of the rest of the topics, but how much help do you need? Would Tora need any assistance, or does he have any? Don't remember seeing any other staff.
Tora is the primary assistant in the household. He's my father's, personal attendant and butler, essentially. We do have a few other, people helping out around the home. We have Agatha in the kitchen, obviously. She's our chef. We've got a few other people on the grounds. We've got a gardener. We've obviously got any gestures to his people nearby who are mounting up on their horses. We've got, guards on the estate grounds. We've got a handful of people. Why do you ask?
But, not sure yet, and could be entirely presumptuous, but thought I might know some people that might like a job if you needed the help.
Sounds like an interesting conversation to have, but perhaps one to have when we have a bit more time to have it at length. As is, we both still have places to be and people waiting on us, so hold that thought and bring it up with me next time we're both at the estate, and we'll go over it in detail. Sound good?
Okie doke.
All right. Gives you a pat on the shoulder, Tuki. A respectful nod to Boron. Kind of like light punch to Ludviek's shoulder. And then over to you, Minnove. He's like, do I want to hug you? I do. And he starts approaching.
Whoa.
Yeah, he just gets right down and gives you a hug. It's like, there we go. Now you're covered in all the dirt you put on me.
I cleaned it up. How did you?
I know, but... And he just kind of leans back and grins at you. Now you're thinking about it. He stands up, turns back to his people as you're spluttering. All right, man, we've got work to do. Let's get a move on before the little dragon gets vengeful.
As they walk away, Minnove is just panicking, casting Prestidigitation.
Hey, you pranked him. He pranked you.
Exactly.
He didn't even prank you. He just did psychological warfare.
Oh, it's gonna come back.
Oh, good.
This is war now. War has been set. The battlefield has been made.
War were declared.
I declare myself Switzerland.
I thought your prank war was with Kari.
That too. It's with everybody.
God, you're fucking maniac.
Nobody is safe.
What
No
is that?
one.
Oops. I'm sorry. I was just trying. Nope. It's
And
disregard.
there Boron just starts fucking up Minnove's day.
Boron spontaneously becomes magical.
No, I'm not.
You're just like, oh, by the way, and he takes off his eye patch and his eye underneath starts glowing white. I'm a mage the whole time!
I'm
No,
an attuner.
I'm not.
I've been an attuner this whole time.
I take off the eye patch and my power swells 15,000 times! Mwah!
I
Fucking
knew it. It was a
Kampachi.
limit. It was a limiter this whole time.
Fucking Kampachi.
I did just something came to my mind for my new character, and
No, I got you.
I hit the wrong button.
It's all good. It's all good.
Meanwhile, hundreds of miles away, someone is getting fucked up.
Anyways, so Jesus Christ. Okay. All right, so with that, Donald remounts his horse, and he and his escort ride past your camp and make their way on to Anterine, soon vanishing from sight into the gradually increasing foothills that lay at the base of the Barren Fells. And your group is left to proceed.
Good.
So with about 24 miles of distance you can travel in a day, if sticking to the roads, how far along that do you want to go? Or do you want to wait a little longer before you cut off into the wilderness?
I say where you have it marked off. It's probably a good spot to like have it going across like another day or two on travel, because then this would be
So right
like
there?
what, 12. Yeah, because 12, 24,
All right.
3 days. It would be about the same amount of time regardless.
Hmm.
Because like if we're like I said 24 miles.
Roundabouts.
Yeah, roughly. A roundabout sort of way.
All right. Alrighty then. So, with all that in mind, you gather up your things once more and forge ahead, following the now very familiar road, especially to the two Kraven in your party, heading further north. As you follow the road, the forest station that marks the thinnest edges of the Forest of 1,000 Rivers begins to cluster in around the road. You pass by the familiar Vaughn's House of Respite you stayed at a couple of times over the course of your journey at the forest's edge, and soon find yourself under the spotty, sort of speckled shafts of light projected by the gaps in the leaves of the forest canopy. You follow this route for the better part of, I want to say, about a day and a half before eventually you find yourself at your turn-off point. The forest looms around you moderately thick, and you know it only grows denser the further in you go. And there is a developing aura of moderate anxiety in the horde as you find yourselves at this turn-off point. The roads might be thick with mankind that might not necessarily take kindly to them, but at least the roads are well patrolled and thus safe. The wilds, not so much. And so there is some growing concern among the number of kobolds with you.
Well, stick to the carts as close as possible, and shout if you see or hear anything out of the usual, and we'll deal with it.
Also, stick to the designated. Remember who your designated group leader is, in case of separation.
And don't get separated. If you fear you might get separated, shout out.
That means do not go away. If you see something, hear something, or even smell something interesting, stay with the group.
Najira
if it smells
relays
delicious.
these. Go ahead.
To which he says, even if it smells delicious.
All right. Najira and Kathan take a bit to relay these instructions to the rest of the horde, at which point you have some wilderness to traverse. So we're going to go ahead and make this into a group skill check. That thing that I stole from Daggerheart because it's just really good. So, first of all, who will be spearheading this? On account of the fact that it is navigating the wilds and trying to make good time without drawing attention or what have you, it'll be a survival check.
I'll do that. Ludviek, well.
All right. So Ludviek will spearhead, so we'll get to him in a minute. First up, let's just go down the list of everyone. What is Tuki doing to contribute to safe passage and traversal on the way to Torik's old encampment?
I would like to do an investigation for like routes that could catch the wheels, rougher, like rocky areas that might catch or break wheels. Keep an eye out for predator dens, stuff like that.
All right. Go ahead. Natural 20.
What?
For a total of 30. Fuck, okay. So that'll knock the difficulty down by 2. Well done. So you are on your fucking A game today, Tuki. You're not sure what it is, but you spend a lot of mental energy. Perhaps it's just like the happiness of being able to like explore a new environment and get it all committed to memory. You haven't necessarily been on this specific bit of forest, at least not thoroughly. So taking the time to basically just make sweeps back and forth in a wide cone ahead of the rest of the group, finding potential problems, picking out the best route, and all of that, you are just locking in. You do a very good job and knock 2 points off of the difficulty of the final check. Well done.
All right.
Boron, what is your contribution?
Let me check. I think Boron will just use his proficiency with land-based vehicles to steer the group through, well, whatever. Or I could just use survival as well. It's the same, really.
All right, so you're wanting to basically like just pathfind, essentially?
Yeah, like he's in the first cart and the others will follow behind.
Okay. All right, go for it. Damn. All right.
Yeesh. Okay.
So
Everybody's getting good rolls today.
yeah, had to be on something, I guess. So
Surprisingly.
you are also rather locked in. You have a very large group of people you're trying to protect now, not just a small group. And you know that a lot of the people in the smaller group behind you are not necessarily going to be as capable of defending themselves if anything should go wrong. So you make damn sure that nothing goes wrong. You focus forward and you find a good path to have everyone go through, and you do great and knock 1 off of the difficulty of the final roll. Minnove, you're up. What's your contribution?
Boron and Ludviek are at the front. Then I'm assuming Minnove will be taking the back. Kind of keeping an eye on everyone, using her sense of smell to kind of like make sure there are no stragglers, no one like wandering off. Essentially keeping a head count of everyone in line, whilst also trying to be perceptionally aware of the world around.
All right. So if you're keeping an eye on the group to make sure no one's wandering off, and especially falling back on your sense of smell to do so, you can do so. Make perception at advantage.
Oof.
17.
Okay.
It's a lot to keep track of, for sure, on account of just how many kobolds you're trying to keep track of. So it's tough, but you manage. You put in all the fucking effort to rescue these guys. You're not about to let them down now. So even though you're getting a bit of a headache from it, you lock in. That's a success. Knocks the difficulty down by 1 more. Kari is just kind of vibing this time around, just focusing on driving the cart because Impulsive
Keeping
is not
morale
here.
up like he does every time.
I guess. I'm not going to prompt a roll from him on this occasion because Impulsive is not here. So... But we'll say that, like, he's keeping some of, like, the more twitchy kobolds distracted by regaling them with stories. Like, just recounting, like, legends or fables or something from his homeland, from Parvara. So, they have stories. So, that is going to mean that the final DC is decreased by a total of 4. Ludviek, survival check, please.
Ouch.
All our good work.
And I get
Ludviek,
a
lock
3.
the fuck in!
I got a 3.
Lock the fuck in, Ludviek!
Do you want to give him a bardic?
You could have.
I'll shoot him a bardic with Minnove.
What's
With
that
this
again?
one.
A D4?
A D6, actually.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'll throw guidance onto this one.
No. Okay.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
That's a D4.
Okay, it's a 2. It was
It's a 12.
I'd lose it. It was another
So the final DC was 11. It started at 15. Everyone managed to knock it down to an 11.
Minnove is just strumming away there like, won't fail, won't fail, won't fail, won't fail, won't fail, won't fail, come on. Cross the finish line.
I imagine Minnove has been casting message back and forth this entire time, like around, like just like calling out to what she sees and like just casting message. And and Ludvik's like having a hard time, and she's like, Ludviek, left, Ludviek, left.
Sure, we'll do it that way. So, Ludviek, you're gonna need a bit of help with Minnove kind of just shrieking into your head from time to time. It's very disconcerting, but it's much needed. You weren't exactly on the best trajectory from what you would have liked. So, but with that, bringing you up to a total of 12, that is sufficient, and you're able to make some pretty decent time. Over the course of the remainder of this day, I'd say you had about 6 miles of travel left. You managed to get about there before the sun sets, and darkness crawls in over the land. You are in a decidedly deeper forestation now. It's a little trickier to find a spot to set up camp, and there is an aura of tension among the refugees as you start getting yourselves settled.
I will play some music to relax everybody,
All right.
to alleviate like rest.
All right.
To kind of like lull everybody to sleep. Not
I got-
casting sleep, just
No, I gotcha.
yeah.
Go for the help action.
All right. So, I'm going to need watches, everyone.
Ludviek will take first. He felt like he's had a rough day doing this, and he just wants to make sure that everything gets done well.
Minnove will take a watch with Ludviek.
All right.
Oh wow, the faith you have in me. Thank you, Minnove.
Oh no.
I'll have
Alright.
Tuki take last watch, just because she's always up earlier than everybody anyway.
All right. Okay.
Then I'll take the middle watch.
All right. So, Ludviek and Minnove, taking first watch as the kobolds bunker down. Do you set fires, or do you prefer to keep this or would you rather not tonight?
I say set a controlled fire.
Yeah. Set a bit one. Like, I mean, we did I assume did the classic circling of the wagons to make a half semicircle of defense and probably a larger fire in the center.
Yeah. Oh shit! That's not what I meant to do. First time. Yeah.
All right. So then, as darkness falls and the night begins to drag on, I would like you two to make for me perception checks.
I'm gonna use my nose.
Okay. So 15 from Ludviek, 16 from Minnove.
I'm gonna give Ludviek a guidance on that one.
All right.
Oh, okay. All right. That's a D4.
Yeah.
Oh.
There it is.
Total of 19. All right. One moment here. Okay. So, as you are keeping your watch over the course of the night, you do both catch it. It comes to Minnove in the form of a smell before it comes to Ludviek in the form of a sound. There is something approaching the camp. It carries with it this sort of it's definitely an animal of some description. It has the musk about it. And Ludviek, you hear just the faintest shifting in bushes nearby the encampment. It's very quiet, but you managed to pick it up thanks to Minnove's guidance.
It's like, and so can I tell that it's an animal or just a presence?
You can tell that there is a creature of some description moving around you. You're an experienced hunter. You know what animals moving around sounds like. It's some kind of animal, probably on the larger side.
All right, then. I cast this.
All right.
Yes. And then I speak out to, well, where I think it's hiding is like, you are not nearly as sneaky as you think you are coming up upon us. What do you think you're doing?
As you kind of issue that declaration, sort of or like projecting it via the Luma of magic and whatnot, you see a pair of eyes looking back at you, sort of snapping into focus from the darkness of the foliage, catching the ring light to reflect back at you in a very familiar manner.
I'm gonna give Bardic to Ludviek
Okay.
in this very moment.
All right.
So
talking to monster in the woods.
So, coming back over the link, you effectively, just sort of translating, much meat here, hungry, cubs need food.
Cubs need food. Just doing some mental math in my head. Ludviek turns to Minnove. Has she taken notice of? I mean, obviously she heard me talk, but
I smelled it before you heard it.
Yeah.
Right. It's like this creature is looking for food. It seeks us as food.
I assumed as much.
Do you?
It's not hard to winnow that down, Ludviek.
It's possible it might be okay with some rations of some kind, but
We don't really have any to spare, though.
yes, that is the problem. I could
Try-
try just intimidating.
Spooking it away. Scare it away. Be
Yes.
big scary lion man that you are. Be big Rythor.
All right, then I'm going to try and intimidate a way of say, yes, there is much
of the way of meat here, but there is many claw and fang and very many sharp things. You wouldn't probably get one, maybe two, but how would you get back to your cubs if you are dead? Seek your food elsewhere. You will not find it here.
I'm gonna
Make
cast Prestidigitation to make it a little scared if he can. Make like a little bit of like a windy kind of like I don't know, to help him.
Okay,
so
sure.
intimidation, I assume.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah.
Intimidation check.
You do have do
Oh.
have a bardic.
You
I
do.
I'm gonna use that bardic.
Okay. Total of 13.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Dang. Why couldn't the rolls be good on that one? Why? Curse you, dice.
All right,
I
so
shall remind you that we still have, I believe, 2 or 3 cows with us.
you have 2.
But we still don't really want to get rid of
Okay.
any.
Those are promised to the kobolds as
Right.
as like the reward feast for making it to Torek. So you
Yeah,
issue your threat to this creature that has snuck up on your camp. Kind of examines you for a minute. Not worth the trouble. And then just turns and slowly stalks away, vanishing into the forest beyond.
I'm Ludviek. Good job.
It rolled really badly on its saving throw against your intimidation, so
Woo!
it got a total of a 9.
Well, hey, that's good because I'm glad for that good old bardic. Thank you, Minnove.
Yep.
No, beside Ludviek when it runs away, just like a little happy hiccup, being like, "Yeah."
Indeed.
Good
So
job.
Ludviek just takes the rest like. The creature was quite large. I don't think the two of us could have probably taken it if it had decided to strike. It would have been very bad. Thank you, Minnove. That's it's amazing. When I'm around you, I can feel like I can just do more. Like I have a little bit of extra push behind me.
I'm told I have that effect on people. So.
Well, it is very much appreciated. Well, I will have to make sure that we tell the others, just in case it does decide to come back.
yeah. So for clarification, nor just for funsies, if you had failed your perception checks, that big cat probably would have snatched up a kobold and run off into the night.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Yeah. So.
This is why Minnove was like, "Hey, I'm gonna take a watch with Ludviek."
It paid off.
With that being said, on like the tap out when Minnove and Boron, or when they're switching shifts, Minnove will give Boron be like, "All right, Boron, be careful. There was a big scary cat in the woods. You got this," and give him a bardic.
Okay.
For 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Better than nothing.
Do your
eh?
best. Do your best.
We believe in you.
Yay. Big scary cat, okay. Are there like any of the kobolds awake to assist me? Probably not. Oh well.
You can wake a couple.
I mean, like Kari or
Like,
someone could be awake with
you are on guard duty.
Like Kathan makes it clear he's always willing to volunteer for that. Just a heads up.
All right.
So.
I'll take him.
All right. Go ahead then and make for me your perception check. With Kathan's help, you can make it at advantage.
Yay. I find my character sheet there.
13.
You do have that bardic.
You do.
Yeah, for 10 minutes. I'm not gonna.
I would
include
use
this
it.
in a. I'm not gonna include this in a watch I take for several hours. Would be fair.
I would use it now if you're able to use it
Yeah, but
because it's only 10 minutes.
this perception roll covers several hours. This would have expired by then.
It adds to your but the thing is it adds to your perception roll. It's not like you can spend it within the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
That is
but
true.
Okay, don't use it.
The girl gave you a goddamn bardic. Use it, man.
I think
Don't use it.
This is an
roll.
argument of simulation versus roleplay.
Yeah.
So
I'll roll.
See, even if it is like simulation versus roleplay,
There you go. So it
it
brings
still
total of
improves
15.
your within the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, so 15. All right.
Right.
So, with Kathan joining you to keep watch, you keep your eyes out on the forest around you. Thankfully, nothing else seems to show up to accost your encampment for the duration of the watch.
Good.
I will say, though, with that 15 perception, you do note that Kathan doesn't appear to have any weapons on him.
Okay. I will check my inventory. And I still have I still have a flail with me, which is a little hard to buy. Okay, I still spear. I have a battle axe that he's welcome to use. And if he's not proficient, I do have a spear too. That's a simple weapon.
Kind of call out to him about it. And it's like, I'm usually used to fighting with my bare hands. My old horde was pretty small, all things considered, and most of our hunting we did on foot. And we didn't have many weapons to speak of due to a lack of resources in the area. It was mostly just rocks and gravel, really. Mountains, you know. So, but if you're offering a weapon, I wouldn't say no to a spear.
Okay.
Toss it to him, he takes it, gives it a few experimental jabs. Not nearly half as interesting as my mate's weapons, but they'll do, I think.
It's sometimes not about show, it's about effectiveness.
Fair enough.
And if you're feeling really confident with your hands, you can still throw this.
Yeah, maybe someday. For now, I'm just happy to have something I can go, stabby.
All right. Okay.
Appreciate it. And the rest of your watch passes without incident. Tuki! You're up.
Okay. She'll just take watch.
All right. Give me a Percy.
Percy.
Perception. All right. A 20, not natural. All right, so you lock in fairly well. You're warned that there might be a big cat stalking in the region. That could be a threat, so you focus up. But thankfully, it doesn't seem to be causing any trouble, affording you a chance to just sort of, I imagine, like walk slow circles around the encampment, sort of buffer out a little bit just to get a bit more of the environment sort of tucked into your head.
And I think once she's confident and
of the area and doesn't think there's going to be any creatures. I think she's gonna just start plucking a couple chords on her kalimba.
All right. So,
Hey, got the noise.
So, that very gentle music created by your karimba is basically the sound that the kobolds will awaken to as the sun rises on a new day. Everyone can take a full rest, of course. So, after a quick scarfed down breakfast, maintaining your previous rolls for navigation, you have a system set up and you are using it effectively. You continue on your way. And I'll say that it is around about, I'd say like 2 or 3 p.m. after 2 more days of travel. On this next day of travel, there is, unfortunately, an amount of rainfall that starts to fall down, and you are hit with a degree of a grumpy remembrance of your rather sodden trek through the Forest of 1,000 Rivers previously, when heading for those old ruins deep in the center. But thankfully, things are not nearly so thick here. Eventually, the forestation starts to take on a familiar look, the trees starting to give way more and more to rock, and you can eventually start to hear the distant white noise of the lake shore and pick out its scent, those of you with the nostrils to do so. Eventually, you come over a small lip in the horizon and look down on the familiar beach where you had helped Torek and the rest of his horde fend off the Jade Halberds previously. And from here, you don't see any sign of activity. And that's where we'll pick up next time, I think.
Oh no!
Well, they did say they were going to move, so...
It's not surprising. You just have the challenge now figuring out where they've gone.
They made it sound like they weren't gonna move.
It was like a struggle, but like, it's either move and maybe lose a couple to the terrain, or stay put and for sure die when the army comes again.
Yeah.
But we can get into all of that next time. For now, thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, so much for joining us for this session of Ringlight Fables. We'll see you next time. Until then, take care of yourselves, keep listening, and don't be a dick. Bye-bye.
Farewell.
Until next time.